This is WFYI News Now. It's June 17th, and I'm Abriana Herron. On today's show, a new hotel is coming to the Indianapolis International Airport. The Food in Transit program is back for its 8th year, offering free produce to Indianapolis residents. And more than 700 organizations and individuals sign a letter calling on Governor Mike Braun to address Indiana's housing crisis.
Use the bully pulpit to assemble the right stakeholders and be able to cut through some of the bureaucratic morass that's out there.
Those stories coming up. But first, the Indiana Fever delivered the reigning WNBA champions, the New York Liberty, its first loss of the season on Saturday. The Indiana women's basketball team defeated the Liberty 102-88. After sitting out 5 games due to a quad injury, Fever player Caitlin Clark returned to the court scoring a season high of 32 points. She also had 8 rebounds and 9 assists. Clark says she felt in good shape and she was ready to play.
I felt really good out there, and now for me it's just how I recover, especially with the schedule that we have coming up. That's going to be super important.
The Fever play the Connecticut Sun today in Indianapolis. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. A new hotel is coming to the Indianapolis International Airport. It's the first to be located on the airport's campus and will connect to the terminal parking garage. The building will feature 253 hotel rooms, a full-service restaurant, a bar, a fitness center, and a lounge. The project has a $205 million budget, none of which will be funded through taxpayer money. Construction is scheduled to finish in December 2027. The Food in Transit program is back for its 8th year, offering free produce to Indianapolis residents. Indigo and the Office of Public Health and Safety are partnering for the effort. Indigo Outreach Coordinator Kayla Bledsoe says this year's fruits and vegetables are provided by the Kepra Institute.
Kepra Institute has funding to provide free fresh produce that is locally grown to various different parts of the city, wherever they see fit, wherever they see that the most access is needed.
Bledsoe says the partnership with OPHS has grown over the years. Last summer, the Food in Transit program served over 1,500 people and aims to provide accessible, healthy food to anyone who needs it.
They have started providing free recipe cards and prepackaged foods, so that way folks can make their own nutritious, healthy meals at home. And then there's also options for folks in case they don't have access to a kitchen.
Free produce will be available every second and 4th Tuesdays of the month at 4 p.m. at the Carson Transit Center. And for our final story today, more than 700 organizations and individuals signed a letter calling on Governor Mike Braun to convene a commission to address Indiana's housing crisis. Indiana Public Broadcasting's Brandon Smith reports advocates say they hope it can become a signature issue for Braun.
Prosperity Indiana's Andrew Bradley says Braun has the opportunity to break a logjam in the state's housing policy that he says has existed for decades.
Use the bully pulpit to assemble the right stakeholders and be able to cut through some of the bureaucratic morass that's out there.
State and federal budget cuts make new government spending to improve housing affordability unlikely anytime soon, but Bradley says a housing commission could identify solutions that don't cost money.
There may be some of those code enforcement or zoning solutions that help the housing stock in small towns and rural areas from collapsing in on itself.
Bradley says advocates want the commission to include state and local leaders from all branches of government and a mix of private sector stakeholders. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Brandon Smith at the State House.
That's all for today's episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Drew Daudelin and Zach Bundy, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Our news director is Sarah Neal-Estes. Kendall Antron produced our music, and I'm your host, Abriana Herron. If you like today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube to check in on our newsroom throughout the day. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.